I said, empty your mind.
Yo, Cord here with No Meat Geeks, bringing you another video. So today is November 30th, 2017. 29 days ago, I failed my first test in WGU. I'm telling you, I was crushed. Like, I took the test and failed that shit, and I was like, I really started reconsidering, is this nursing stuff for me? I'm generally a pretty positive person, but this being my first time failing in a year. I started December 1st last year, and so this was kind of eye-opening for me, a very humbling experience. So I've kind of been chilling on the YouTube, chilling on all my extra stuff and going really hard in the books. But I did pass my test this past weekend, so I'm here to give you some tips and some of the difficulties that I had taking an online test, because I believe that the online part of it is kind of what tripped me up a little bit. I don't think it's that I didn't know the information, but some of the difficulties that I had taking the test is kind of what hung me up, and hopefully you can learn from my mistakes and you don't have the same problems I did. But first things first, let me show you what it kind of looks like on our portal whenever we fail the test. So let me grab the camera. Okay. So here, November 1st, I failed my first test. As you can see, we don't have A's and B's. We have approaching competency. The competent is what I needed to get to in order to pass the test. And of course, exemplary means you're an all-star. So here's kind of some of the focus points. I didn't do well on managing a perioperative care, patient-centered care of adult. But as you can see, I was right there. Like, I missed a question or two. And what we had to do was go back and do a, so when I failed the test, I had to do a conference with my course mentor, where they're kind of helping me out, and she sent me this study plan that kind of focuses on things I need to go over and to improve for my next test. And this thing was kind of a drag. I kind of thought it was more or less busy work at first. Like, look at all this stuff. But as I start going through some of the information, retaking some of the quizzes, the practice quizzes, it actually is very helpful. So if you do go to WGU and you have one of these, it kind of helps you with breaking down the questions, words to focus on. Say chronic kidney disease, medication of its cost. But yeah. And then here's all the quizzes I had to kind of go back and retake. Kind of had to like explain rationales. So this was very helpful. I'm glad that I had a course mentor that actually takes time out to answer any of your questions and puts together a study plan for you to go back over. So I went over the study plan. Also went back and read some of the chapters that I know I needed to focus on. And I'm gonna do a video kind of showing you guys my portal here as well one day. This is kind of how we see. I have 1 day left in the term. My new term starts on December 1st. So this was the first test that I failed. And then as you see here on the 25th, I did get competent, so I did pass it. I didn't do as well in some of the same areas, but I did way better in this management of perioperative care. So I did pass, so I'm very excited about that. If I would have failed this class, it'll put me back a semester, so that was super nerve-wracking. But trust me when I tell you that was not easy. My next class is 𝐾𝐶, and that's going to be care of adults with critical illnesses, and that's going to be pretty intense, so I'm going to track that with you. But some of the things that I kind of have to go over, that I want to go over with you in case you are in WG or any other kind of online nursing program that'll probably help you out is, hold on. Allergies, man. Okay, so my very first test, we're in the process of moving out. I want to do a video about my new house too. So we didn't have anything anywhere. I didn't have a desk to study on. I had like a little cardboard box, and I had my back up against our dog cage. And so I was using my laptop, and for some reason I couldn't see the proctor. Whenever we take our online tests, there's a website that we connect to, and there's a proctor that's looking at you, and you're literally looking at the proctor as you're getting ready for your test. And for some reason, my computer wasn't connecting to where I couldn't see the proctor. And so they had to send me the technical difficulties, the technical department. And so I was literally, he restarted my computer. I waited for like an hour before I could actually begin my test. I had to go close out all my programs, had to change the storage on my computer. It was a mess. So pretty much between the point of me being ready to take my test and actually taking my exam, I had to wait an entire hour. So my anxiety was like super high. I don't want to say that's why I failed, but I definitely think if I was going to the test a lot more chill, that would have been a lot better the first time. Again, I studied really hard. I went back and highlighted a lot of the information on some of the chapters. That study plan is a huge help. And it's pretty cool that here at WGU, I mean, it's kind of like a double-edged sword, I guess. Oh shit, I got a call. Anyways, so it's a double-edged sword in that we don't really get tested throughout all of our like we don't have quizzes that we need to do. Well, we have quizzes we need to do, but they're not kind of graded. We have 2 tests at the end of the semester. So it's either you pass or you fail. And if I would have failed this test, it would have put me back the whole semester. But if you pass it, then it's kind of like that's all you have to do. Before the second test, I was here in this room. I took my test right here. But when I first took the test, I was ready at 11 o'clock. We had a rat at our house. I ended up finding the rat I was looking for 8 days. So before I took my test, my blood was already running. I was hyped. I just killed the rat I've been looking for. So I was ready to take the test. This is the camera. This is the WGU camera. As you can see the little logo on it. They send this to you in the mail, and you're gonna have to kind of show your surrounding areas before you take it, show below you, and then you're gonna set it up as you're taking your test. And this was not working. So the second time around I had technical difficulties again because my webcam wasn't working. So I was sitting there on the online with the online proctor, waiting about 45 minutes again trying to get my cam to work. I ended up calling WGU technical difficulties, technical support team, assessment center. He tried to help me with this, it still wasn't working. Actually, let me show you. Like, I had literally rescheduled my exam about 30 times trying to get this done. Like, look at this is crazy. Oh, you also have to get pre-approval by your course mentor too, so here's my notifications. Here's where she pre-approved me. And look how many times I rescheduled. Like, I kept trying to reschedule so I can get this webcam to work, and it just was not working. So I couldn't get my camera to work. Cool thing is that WGU did tell me that they'd send me another webcam, which I was pretty hyped about. Actually, I'm probably in the mailbox right now. I'll have to send this one back. So I was ready to take my test. I wasn't really trying to wait. So this kind of had me on edge again. So I just told the people that I'd reschedule for another time. That's another thing I like about the school. If you don't feel ready, you can just reschedule. It's not like you have to sit down and take it right then and there. So I did reschedule the exam. Ended up going to Walmart to get my own webcam. But before that, I was talking on the phone with the assessment center from WGU and see if they could find me a proctored place to take the exam, like a Sylvan Learning Center. That's generally okay, but they try to push for these online proctor tests. Everything was closed because it was a Sunday, Saturday or Sunday. So everything was closed, so that kind of made me more upset because I'm kind of like what the heck, like I'm ready to take my exam, I need to get this information out of my head. So I took matters in my own hand, went to Walmart, got my own webcam, you know, something that's actually going to work. What I did was I taped the webcam on top of this thing, taped it, and actually used this as a webcam the way that they wanted me to use it. So that worked immediately. Of course, this is going to work a lot faster than something that they send me, I guess. This thing's going back, this thing's trash. So another difficulty that I had was during the test, we're still moving things in. So Mon was downstairs with her mom and her dad, moving things in loud. I hear kids outside freaking yelling, screaming and stuff. I'm sitting here taking my test and I'm like, you know, shut up. I'm trying to focus. This is high stakes. Like, I'm kind of getting agitated mid-test. So I started saying the questions out loud. I started speaking them out loud. I went through about 4 or 5 questions saying it out loud. All of a sudden I get a message from the proctor. Boom, boom. You can't speak during the test.
Are you serious?
I'm just like, what the heck? Like, that's not cool, because I know me talking and a lot of people speaking out their questions actually helps with the test taking techniques and your skills. But I understand though, they could have thought someone was in the room with me and I was trying to speak it out and they're giving me answers. But it kind of sucked because I was really trying to focus and I couldn't do that because online proctored. So this next test for my CASI is going to be ATI based test. So we have to actually take that at Proctored Center. We're not going to be able to take it here at home. So we'll keep you updated with my CASI class because we're going to this new semester strong. December 1st makes it 1 year that I've been in nursing school. It means only a year and a half left. And that's it. Hopefully you can take some of these tips that I gave you and it's not as big as an issue for you. Maybe you want to go get a webcam by yourself just to have on the side in case any kind of crazy things do happen. And if you do want to schedule a proctored exam somewhere, be sure to schedule it during the week because it's going to be closed on the weekends. But I think that's it. Be sure to like, subscribe, do all, comment. We're definitely going to keep these nursing videos coming. I do have some other videos coming. We're doing some home renovations here, so maybe that may pop up. But anyways, you have a blessed week, blessed day, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.
I said empty your mind.